Good evening, dear my friends and Ibuviro. In this opportunity, I would like to present about teaching English vocabulary to young children. We have four phases that we are going to cover. The first one is how children learn the words. Second one is knowing a word. The third one is vocabulary size, selection, and learnability. And the last one, we will cover vocabulary teaching and learning process. Okay, first, how children learn the meaning of words. There are three things that we can do to teach children meaning of words. The first one is labeling. Labeling is a sequence of sounds that can be used as names for things that children refers to. For example, the word mommy. Of course, if the word mommy refers to the child's mother. The next one, the word daddy. Daddy refers to the child's father. The next thing is about packaging. The packaging here, children must find out which things that can be packed together under one label. And the next one is network building. In network building phase, children learn how words relate to one another. For example, synonym and antonym. Okay, the next phase is knowing a word. As a teacher, we have to be reminded that pronunciation, meaning, and the use of words are more essential factors than the aspects of spelling, grammatical descriptions, and grammatical changes. This label or this table is the examples about knowing a word. It involves metacognitive awareness and what it involves and the example. Okay, the next phase that we are discussing today is vocabulary, size, selection, and learnability. There are about seven aspects that we are going to discuss. The first aspect is demonstrability. What it means is the meaning of concrete noun is easier to convey. For instance, car is easier to convey than transport. It is concrete. Car is concrete. And we can see it. The next phase is brevity. Children should be taught short words first. So, because short words are easier to convey than long words. Learning load. The children will learn words easier if they know the components separately. For example, the word bedrooms. We can see that the bedrooms consist of two components, the bed and room. So bed and room are more familiar for children than bedroom. Similarity to L1. We have to check whether there are any similarities between the foreign words and the native words. Regularity of form. We have to teach also children about singular and plural form. Now, opportunism. Is the word relevant to the child's situation? And the last one is center of interest. Is any words are the words relevant or interesting to children? We have to pay attention to that. Okay, the next phase is about vocabulary teaching and learning process. There are 5 stages in this chapter that we are going to discuss. Okay, here we go. The stage 1. Stage 1 is understanding and learning the meaning of words. Remember that vocabulary should be presented in a context that is familiar to the children. Okay, since words are remembered in groups, it is helpful to teach them in first lexical sets, shops, fruits. What words that are related to fruits, for example, or rooms in a house such as bedroom, bathroom, living room, dining room. The next thing is rhyming sets. Bad, rat, hat, So it is easier for children to if they learn the word that rhymes together. Uh, the third, color sets. For example, things are green. Leaf, a pea, or grass. So everything that is green. The next one is grammatical sets. Verbs, prepositions, and adjective. For example, the word patterns such as or, is for jobs, like actor, dentist. So it is for job. And the next thing is partners or collocation. Play the piano. Ride a bike. And the last one is opposites. Male, females, hot or cold, boys and girls. Now the techniques to introduce new vocabulary and convey meaning. There are several techniques that teachers can use to introduce new vocabulary. First, using objects or things. Teacher can bring the real objects or the real things. It is easier for children to memorize the words because children can only learn from concrete things rather than the abstract things. So it is very essential, very important to bring realia. Or the next technique that we can use is drawings on the blackboard or on the whiteboard. Or we can use illustrations, pictures, photos, or flashcards. If we want to teach them about adjectives, we can use mimes, we can act, we can use expressions or gestures. For example, the word sad, so we have to mime. Our facial expression should be in sad. Or happy, so we have to act about happy words. Pointing, touching, tasting, feeling, smelling. We incorporate the children's senses to learn vocabulary so that it is easier for children to memorize because we incorporate all of their senses. Okay, other verbal techniques. We can explain the words, or we can give definition of the words, or defining the context. We can use eliciting text techniques. Why? Because if we build the context, vocab is elicited to the children. So children can show that they understand and they are thinking the appropriate semantic area or the appropriate context. Describing. It is also important for children to associate words with the concept they understand in native language. Yeah, it is. It is very. Yeah, it is okay for children to use the native language as well, so that children can absorb easily. And the last thing, translating. Okay, stage 2, attending to form. Listening and repeating. Remember, listening. So we can incorporate the children's sense of hearing. The next thing is listening for specific phonological information, probably consonant and vowel sounds, the number of syllables of a word. Observing the written form, spelling, shapes, the first and the last letters of a word, and noticing grammatical information. I'll give an example about giving article. For example, an apple. Why an apple? Because in its article, since the word begins with a vowel, an apple. And the last is copying and organizing. Now, stage 3. About vocabulary, practicing, memorizing, and checking activities. We can do classifying on sorting techniques, so students put the words into categories, Giving instructions. Teacher gives instructions focusing on specific vocabulary. Or picture dictation. Pupils draw what the teacher says. For example, draw a circle, draw a square, or what's missing. So in this activity, students can look at the pictures carefully, and then the teacher removes one object and then asks the students to find out what is missing. Kim's game. It is similar to the what's missing Kim, but the things are placed on the table. Word searches. Children search for English spelling pattern. Sequencing. Jumble up pictures on the board, and the teacher or pupils give instructions. Put the cake first, and so on. Labeling. Students label a picture to practice different nouns. Okay, stage 4. Consolidating, recycling, extending, organizing, recording, and personalizing vocabulary. Maybe the students can create vocabulary books and discuss how they organize the books, alphabetical orders, grammatical groups, or etc. Collages, collecting pictures of particular themes and stick them together in one piece of paper. Word network or web or trees. Students write the word, for example, transport, and then they write on the words that are related to transport. Clients or steps about degree of temperature. For example, cold all the way to warm, big to small animals, elephants, and all the way to mouse. Word stars. Pupils arrange words with rhymes. Okay, stage 5, developing strategies for vocabulary learning. Metacognitive, cognitive, and socio-affective. Linguistic knowledge. About grammatical clues. Prior knowledge of language. Okay, so maybe children have certain knowledge of the grammar of a language. And then textual clues. We introduce them about punctuation, capital letter, and speech marks. Extra linguistics or word knowledge. Visual clues, illustrations, mime, gestures, or expressions. Audio clues, sound effects, onomatopoeic words, word and sentence stress, pace, volumes, and so on. The last, word knowledge, prior knowledge of the situation or about the topic and the culture. Okay, this is the table about metacognitive, cognitive, and socio-affective. Okay, I think that's it from me. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you.